It was only a pre-season game. Nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. It's just a pre-season game. Breathe in, breathe out, fans. Welcome to the Goons from Block 5 with me, your host SJ, and we're going to discuss our 1-0 derby defeat against our North London rivals, Tottenham Hotspur, in a pre-season friendly. But before I get into the show notes, if you're watching on YouTube, please could you like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow and leave a 5-star rating. And if you're listening on Apple, could you also leave a 5-star review? It all helps the pod grow and have greater reach to more people. As like I said, they can always take in this sensational content. Thank you very much. So yeah, a drab game in Hong Kong for the Arsenal, ended in a 1-0 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur. Um, getting to our lineup at the start, there was no Gyökeres. Bit disappointing for myself. Um, but again, like I said previously, Havertz has been playing well, so any minutes that Gyökeres could get will be good enough for me. I was hoping they might get 45 minutes, but as it transpired, it didn't happen that way. No Mendy as well. Christian Morgan started. I have no issue with that. I mean, they both have to get game time. There's only one position between them. They can split that. I mean, we all expect Zuberman to be our starter at the start of the season. And so, yeah, I have no issues with that. Um, Other than that, I think I was happy with the team. It's what I expected. Calafiore wasn't in the squad because that injury picked up. Um, Gabriel, Arteta already said that he's not in the squad, which is fine. And Timber, we all know about as well. An actual surprise admission was Kepa, who's injured. I haven't checked his injury history, but I doubt he's been injured previously. I mean, it's like the Arsenal curse: join the club and you pick up an injury. I mean, touch wood, doesn't happen to any of our other new signings. Getting to the games, just as the game started, as soon as the camera zoomed on the pitch, you could tell straight away the state of the pitch was not great. It's not what we're used to playing on. It's not Premier League standard. It's probably difficult to maintain in those weather conditions, to be honest. So I did think immediately, will we adapt our game? Has the coaching staff seen the state of the pitch, and maybe we might go longer, just to just go over the pitch exactly. Like you can't go through it, can't go under it, just go over it. Because I didn't think we'll be able to play our usual short, sharp passes around the pitch, just given the state of the pitch. It looked very dry as well. That's one thing I say. It looked very dry. Just yeah, clumps of grass here, there, and everywhere. Um, so yeah, our build-up play just in the early passages of play, it looked like we actually did start doing that. Um, William Saliba in particular continued playing that ball he's played a couple of times in the previous couple of games. That long ball over the fullback in for Saka. It happened a few times. Um, One time we got in, the other time Jess Spence, who's a very quick player, managed to get back and just start for that attack. But you can see how we were looking to build up, given the state of the pitch, or whether it's just um, a plan B. That was another thought of mine. Could it just be a plan B we're working on? Because we did, in that first half, seem to play a lot of long balls into Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz himself, across the match, he won 60% of his duels, 3 out of 5 aerial duels. Um, and I'll go into the season. I think we all expect Victor Gyökeres to be our number one striker. So if Havertz is able to be a plan B, which is something in the past that we've not been able to have really, we always seem to be a plan A, plan A, plan A. If we're drawing or losing, we keep doing the same thing over and over. We don't actually change up our game. We just rely on Saka most times if we're in a pickle. But if we're able to summon Kai Havertz, I'd expect to be on the bench unless he's playing left 8, he'll come on for Gyökeres and we just be able to change our game and pump it into him. It looked like something we had been working on because when that ball did go into Kai Havertz, Martinelli would come in from his wing and go parallel with Havertz, where Havertz would be. Saka would come in from his wing, and also Declan Rice would replace Martinelli and then all surround Havertz to try and get the second balls or the flicks. So it looks like something we've been working on. I couldn't see what the trigger was for us to go long. I'm not sure if it's a case of we just draw the opposition onto us and then just pump it long when we see we've got like a 4-on-4 at the back. But it was something that was working for me a couple of times. I mean, there was one time where Havertz won the flick. There's a bit of a defensive mix-up in the Tottenham defence. The header was short and Declan Rice got onto it and just wasn't able to get his left foot shot off before it was blocked by Pedro Porro. And there was another time where the ball was over top from Martinelli. And then I believe we actually were in a Stonewall pen on Havertz, which wasn't actually given, but it did turn out to be offside. But it was a bit odd the referee didn't give a penalty at the time. I mean, I don't know if he saw the flag. It could be the flag was up and he didn't give a pen, but yeah, I would expect him to give a pen and then the flag will go up and you see and cancel the pen. But we'll get onto the ref shortly. I mean, as the half wore on, it just seemed like we're devoid of ideas. It looked at the same old horseshoe passing from side to side, and then when we got bored of that, we'll just whip a cross in. And the crosses we were whipping in today were really terrible. I mean, we didn't beat that first man often, if ever. I mean, there's everyone else, Odegaard, that was Saka. There wasn't one main culprit. It was just everyone collectively. Our crossing was just poor. And yeah, it was just a really stale attack going from left to right, over and over. I mean, we're going to talk about that later as a talking point. But yeah, that's how the half started for us and wore on. I mean, Tottenham themselves, they did produce quite a few chances. I mean, they managed to hit the post twice from the corner, direct. It's obvious that VAR was not present in the game because I think had those goals gone in, they might have been given. But in my opinion, David Raya was being held and pulled on both occasions. So I don't, yeah, it didn't make sense how the referee couldn't see that because the trajectory of the ball was always going there. So any challenge on the keeper should have been in his eye line, but it just seems kept being ignored, even though Raya was trying to bring it to the referee's attention. Yeah, it just wasn't working. They also hit the post from Odegaard, which actually give Ben White credit myself. I thought it was good defending because he blocked off any angles and where he shot. It went for his leg and got a deflection, but he made the shot as difficult as possible, in my opinion. So he wasn't able to bend it in the far corner. And I think should he have knocked it down the line, I think Ben White had the angle on him to cut it out. So I thought it was good defending. I'm not sure what you thought about that. Let me know in the comments. Sticking on the referee, I mean, I think Saka got fouled 3 times, but watching the game live, it felt like it was like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. He kept getting kicked. I mean, it was 3 confirmed fouls, and I think there was probably 4 or 5 fouls that weren't given. Um, I mean, it's pre-season. I just don't. I mean, this is the problem with playing Premier League teams, in my opinion. They know us very well. I mean, they know our strong suits. We've got history of every team that we play, bit need of every team, especially Tottenham, our local rivals. Um, so yeah, I mean, just yeah, we was looking for a bit of protection from the referee today, but it didn't seem forthcoming. But thankfully, Saka came off in the second half, but I'm not sure if it was too bad. I don't think it was too bad. I think it was just precautionary him coming off, but we'll just see. We will see. Another point of mine in the first half of our set pieces, I did mention in the preview pod that I wanted to see us work on our set pieces and improve from them because in the last couple of seasons they've been highly relied on source for our goals. Again, I think they was poor. I'm not sure what's happening. We used to have a bit more movement before the ball came in, but it seemed like we were setting up either at the front post or the back post. And if it was at the front post and that ball got knocked to the back post, which did a couple of times, our first 2 crosses from corners went to the back post, and nobody was there to make a play on the ball, which is weird because we have like 8 players in the box. And then when we didn't go to the front post, we went to the back post, and then the ball didn't beat the man at the front post. Again, I mean, it's pre-season. We could be saving the good stuff for the for the league, which I'm hoping. Also, I think Gabriel, he's a big, excuse me, a big part of our set pieces, and obviously he's missing. So possibly when he's back, he might direct people more. Um, but yeah, that's just another point. That's something that I just wanted to bring up. Going into the second half. Oh, I'm skipping their goal. We went 1-0 down just at the end of half time, just before half time. Uh, we're playing around the back. It's gone back to Raya. He's played it into MLS, who's turned like he usually does. And credit to them, five Tottenham players actually swarm around him with the actual person setting the press, Papi Sarr, nicking the ball off MLS. And obviously, Raya was 40 yards off his line, got lobbed. A very good finish. At the time, as I still maintain now, there was a foul in MLS. Like I said, it was evident if VAR wasn't present in this game. Had it been present, I believe that goal would have been chalked off straight away. It seemed a very clear foul for me. The referee, like I said, for me was poor on the day, but I'm not worried about referees in pre-season. But you know, it was yeah. I mean, it was a very obvious kick. I don't think it would happen in the Prem. And even if it did, I think VAR would take seconds to see that on replay and say no, no goal. But I mean, it's a learning curve. I mean, I think some people have said MLS should have better or the partial went to MLS, but we need to realize that that's what MLS has been doing since he come into the team. That's been his trademark as such, getting the ball in a hard turn, beating a man, and just basically breaking the lines for us. Um, it didn't come off this time. Maybe it's something that Tottenham highlighted as a trigger for them when they see that ball going to MLS or swarm him and try and hit the ball. Um, I don't know, but I'm sure that if Richarlison had not kicked MLS, he probably would have skipped past Papi Sarr and five of their players would have been cut out the game. But that's neither here nor there. It didn't happen, and we got punished. We went to the half 1-0 down. Um, I don't know. We made no halftime subs. Pretty much expected. I didn't think we're making subs. We seem to be making subs on the 60th minute, unless there's been any injuries, which was like Calafiori, like I said a couple of games ago, but that was after halftime. So the same team came out, and I think we imposed ourselves. I mean, I don't know if naturally they dropped back because they were winning 1-0, but we seemed to be a bit more dominant in that second half, especially at the start of it, and we pushed them back. Again, our attack was focused down the right-hand side. I'm not sure if we're just so used to going outside, we end up going down outside, or we just know that Saka's our best outlet and we just keep giving the ball to him. I mean, today, I mean, Martinelli pretty much non-existent. I think he played 70 minutes, maybe 60 minutes, and made 8 passes all game. I don't think Martinelli had a great game. So, we probably hesitant to go down that side to him. And I'll get on to Reece Nelson, because I think Reece Nelson actually came on and played better than Martinelli. And Reece Nelson's the player we're trying to get out the club. But yeah, down the right hand side, I mean, about to say David White, Ben White, his overlaps seem to increase more and more, and we're getting more space down there. We had a good ball into Havertz, laid it off on Martinelli, blazed the ball over the bar, but it was a good little setup play there. But in terms of chances, just throughout the whole game, we were devoid of chances. Like I said, it was a very stale attack. And yeah, I mean, if you don't create any chances, you're not going to score any goals. And I don't know about anyone else, but when we were 1-0 down, where we've been playing for the first 40, 50 minutes, I wasn't really feel the confidence that we'll get back into this game. It felt like one of those games, if we score, it's going to be a scrappy goal from a set piece or a whipped in cross that goes for everyone and goes in, just because our build up was just, yeah, poor. I don't know, it could be the conditions, but both teams are playing in the same conditions, and I'm not going to say they play better than us, but as an attack from attacking sense, but It was just, well, it wasn't our usual selves. When Zubimeni came on, I mean, I think it's just levels. I like Christian Norgard. I like Christian Norgard. I think he's actually a decent player. Um, but I just felt like our play when Zubimeni's there, it's a bit more assertive. He dictates it more. I mean, similar to Thomas Partey, there was more of an outlet, more of a structure. Whereas Norgard, he seems like he's on the pitch, but he's not really on the pitch setting our play and building an attack from there. Um, so Zubin came on, I was pretty much happy with that. I think Saka got kicked off the pitch, like I said, and Max Dowman came on. And yeah, like I said, Reece Nelson came on and looked lively with the touches that he's got. He looked like every time he got the ball, he tried to beat his fullback. Did so a couple of times, got fouled at one point when he got past his fullback. Um, but so yeah, I mean, Reece Nelson actually came on because Trossard came off injured. Almost skipped over that. Yeah, it's not a good point. I mean, preseason, you hope to get through preseason without any injuries in games. Trossard was a sub for Martinelli and ended up being subbed himself. I'm not sure what the injury was. He was able to walk off on his own accord. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. It's just a precautionary thing that he felt. Maybe a hamstring. I'm just guessing here. Someone doesn't actually know. Um, but yeah, I mean, instantly I saw people saying, "Oh, we're trying to get rid of Trossard, or not rid of, I'm trying to sell in Trossard in the hope of trying to facilitate a move for Eze." So it's not a really good injury for us. For the player himself, obviously it'd be sad. He probably wants to move, unless it's a really bad injury. I believe he still can move. I mean, it will come up in the medical that he has an injury, but if it's disclosed and we know what it is, and then there are time scale of him coming back, I don't actually see a problem with him being sold if there is a buyer for him. Um, yeah, I mean, so at the same time that Matt Dalman came on, Vic Shocker came on, which happened to be after the water break, we got our first look at our new striker, VG14. I mean, and to be honest, it was actually a horrible game to come on because, like I said, our attack was just stale. We wasn't really creating much for him. So it was always going to be a bad game for him to come on to. I mean, had he scored, it would have been hero stuff. I'm sure some of our fans have been wound up already by fans doing his his celebration. And but yeah, I think he'll come into better games. He'll start probably next preseason game and get chances and do better. But yeah, yeah. I mean, there was one point when the ball came in the box, decent touch, set it off for Zubimendi. His shot got blocked, and then he knocked it wide from the rebound. Um, but yeah, I just don't think with what we had out there and how the game was going, that Gyökeres was really given a fair crack at the whip to impress. So I disregard it really. Don't make nothing of it. I'll just ignore any other fan base that wants to chat. They're going to chat anyway. It's not a problem. Um, so yeah, I mean, takeaways from the game. I mean, like I said, we need to just work on our creativity, which I think that's what we'd all think. It's looking like last season over and over. We're crying out for some creativity on the left. Could that be the thing to unlock us? Open up the pitch more? Could Eze be the guy? I mean, I'm not sure. We've been linked previously. It's kind of gone quiet on the front. People seem to be very sure he's coming, but I'm not too sure. Until it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't happen, we need to find a way to make our left side better. I'm not sure how. Like I said, Reece Nelson looked lively when he came on. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that about Reece Nelson. But no, I mean, he does have decent attributes, Nelson. He's pretty quick over 5 yards. He's got a step over in him. It's just has he got that end product very often? But then you could say the same about Martinelli. His end product. Does he have the capability to beat his man all the time? Does he create for a team? Some would say no. Um, yeah, I mean, and then yeah. one more takeaway would be goal scoring chances. We need to find a way to create more goal scoring chances. Obviously, that's linked to the creativity that I mentioned before. They go hand in hand. If you create more, you get more chances to score goals. So yeah, I mean, I just the season's near. Mick Arteta's got a lot to think about with the coaches because yeah, he's hit the ground running, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with his strongest 11 in our next couple of games. Mm, Obviously, needs to rotate. I think someone said that in one of the group chats in our MH loose women group chat. The rotation needs to be there. Saliba playing the whole game is not really necessary. Saka playing 80 minutes when we've got loads of players on the bench, not necessary. We know what these players can do. I mean, the hope is, like I said, I thought when I said a couple pods ago, it will be a build up. So the last game against Bilbao would be a game where players played 85, 90 minutes. But we seem to be playing the same players for quite a long time during games, which is not really beneficial when they're about to play 50, 60 games for the season. Um, I mean, overall, we lost. I won't dwell on it. It's just a pre-season friendly. We will be back stronger and better. Um, we head back now to England to play a couple of games at the Emirates. Um, so yeah, like I said, I won't be too bothered. I look forward to our home games, getting in front of our home crowd. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the pod, please like and subscribe. Or if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, give me a 5-star review, 5-star like. I might do another. I'm gonna do a pre-pod, obviously for the Villarreal game, which is our next pre-season game, and I might do a transfer update before then. Not too sure. Um, but whenever I see you, until then, everybody, all the best.